Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing great today. There's a lot to talk about right now, so let's get into it. Okay, first of all, number one, 4 weeks we're supposed to be back in, so I hope you are getting excited. This is obviously very long awaited, and everyone is ready to not be in exile anymore. Just kidding. But I hope you're getting excited. I think God's going to be able to use this church and the community in a really great way, and I hope you're dreaming and thinking about how God could use the building. I think about the baptismal, being outside, being a part of the schools that are close. Any way that we can be a part of the community that's close to us, I hope that is the driving force of your excitement. So, 4 weeks. A few things with that. We want to be responding and not reacting to some of the changes. So my goal is to help provide as much information so that when something new comes or something that's uncomfortable comes, you feel like you're able to respond to it. It's not knocking you over like, say, a hurricane. But you can hear it and go, okay, so here's what I need to do. So who is the who? Well, if everybody joins GroupMe, that should be 44 people. That's a lot of people in a group. Personally, I think of the worship and production team as a small group because I know everybody in the worship leadership feel responsible for the spiritual well-being of the team. You're not here to do us a favor. We want to look after your spiritual well-being and be somebody who you can count on spiritually. And if we're going to do that with 44 people, it's going to take some real intentionality. There's a question that I think about if I were on the team, and it's obvious, it's am I needed? If you have that many people on the team, how needed am I? So the first way I would think about that is nobody is needed on the team more than their need for worship. So regardless of if you are on every week or if you're on once a year, you need to grow in your relationship with God, and that is the number one driving force that the worship team needs to direct our focus. I'm a part of this group to provide a way for me to grow in my relationship with God, not I'm here because I'm a musician or I'm a singer and I want to sing and be a musician on the worship team. That might be a place where someone starts, and that's totally fine. But as you grow in your relationship with God, you realize our time of worship is sacred to God, and it needs to have deep meaning beyond the 3 songs we prepare for. So how does that play itself out? Number 2, rehearsals. We've talked about this before, but rehearsals will be on Thursday nights. And it's going to take some time to make sure that that becomes a priority, and that is totally fine. Here's what I will say. Anybody who joins the team, anyone who is hearing this, we're going to work it out. If you are not a part of this group right now and you are trying to join the worship team, one of the number one requirements is going to be you have to be able to commit to Thursday night rehearsals when you're scheduled. So there's not going to be any wiggle room for that because a lot of people are going to be coming to get the details figured out, so Sunday we aren't worried about us. So I say this many times, I put it at the very end of the video, and I'm always going to say this. We serve each other in the rehearsal, and we serve the church on Sunday. So what you bring to your rehearsal time, if you're prepared or not, if you're there or not, if you're punctual or not, if you are in a crabby mood or not, how you treat everyone else, that is the way you say, hey, I value your relationship with God, and I want you to grow. And so I'm going to be a part of you growing by being a servant to you, right? So I'm going to come with my parts learned so that I can serve you and help you get better. And if everybody has that perspective, rehearsals are going to be enjoyable because we're going to be serving each other. So when you're not scheduled, you are always able to come to a rehearsal. They are open to the worship team. Why is this important? Let's say you're a singer or anything, and you want to get better, but when you're scheduled, you have to learn your parts. Okay, what's my harmony part? What's my melody part? And I'm focused in. If you just come and you just soaking in, taking what everyone else is doing, you're able to pick up on those other skills that you can't do when you're scheduled. So they are completely open, and I encourage people to come. We're going to have a devotion in our rehearsal. Right in the middle, we have the vocal rehearsal, a devotion, and then we're at the full rehearsal with production, video, everything. So rehearsals are open to all of the worship team. Rehearsals will not be open to people who are not part of the worship team. So let's say you want to join the worship team. You are not invited to come to those. Why? Because we need the people who are preparing for Sunday to not feel distracted or to feel like they are put on the spot by somebody else. So we need to make sure that the team we have is able to get all the preparation needed to make Sunday easy, because we want to focus on Jesus, not on our parts. Okay, so yes, it's open to the worship team. No, it's not open to anybody else who's interested in worship. Yes, if you are joining the worship team after this, you are required to be at every rehearsal that you're scheduled. And yes, this is how we serve each other as a team. We serve each other in the rehearsals so that on Sunday we can all, as a worship team, bring a sacrifice to Jesus. Number 3. Again, please make plans now that we know that that Sunday should be July 3rd. If you're in town and you're home, please make plans to be at church. This is the ending of a long chapter in North Star's history, the 3-year time away from the building. And we aren't just everyday churchgoers. We are invested in the deep fabric of what makes North Star North Star. So it's a way to offer a sacrifice to God and to each other, again, serving each other and serving the people, by saying, count me in as being present for the close of one, as the masses are going to be present for the opening of the fun and exciting part. Okay, please come for that. If you're out of town, if you have something going on, it's not, that's fine. But hopefully you hear where my heart is about that. Number 4, new people joining. Anybody who wants to join the worship team will have to go through the formal audition process. If you're a part of the team or part of a team right now, we're going to work together to get the team to a level of proficiency. Let me just say this. Your skills, let's take drumming. Let's say, hey, I'm a drummer and I'm a part of the worship team. How good do I need to be? You need to be good enough to play the songs and help make the rehearsals as enjoyable as possible. That means I need to practice playing in time so that everybody can enjoy playing the songs. Your personal progression needs to happen outside, and that's what I'm committed to help everyone get to be able to do, so that on rehearsals we're rehearsing, we're not practicing something that we don't know. If you are a part of a team, we're going to work together to build that up. But if you are not a part of the team yet, we're going to need you to get those together before you're invited to be with the team that's already rehearsing, because you don't want to slow down the momentum. So if most of the people are pretty proficient, and we have some people in here who need to get better, that's fine. If most people, let's say we have a group of singers one week and nobody knows how to sing harmony at all, that's going to be a more difficult week than if we have a group of proficient singers who can sing melody and harmony and blend, and then one singer comes in who's like, I can't sing harmony really well. So right now, those are things that we're all trying to work on, and we're going to continue to work on, so that the songs are getting all the necessary parts to make them sound how they should sound. So if you're asking the question, am I good enough right now? I'm going to put the audition requirements for what someone else would have to learn up so you can look at those right now. And this is what they're required to know or be able to do. And so if you look at those things, you're looking at these things and you're like, I can't do that, or I'm not that good at that, this is what you have to work on. This is what we are going to work on together. But you're a part of this team. Does that make sense? You're a part of the team. We need to work on these things. If you're not a part of this team yet, you're responsible to work on those things. And I would really like to get to a spot to where you as the worship team are able to help other people. So Nolan is a great example. I know he plays guitar in the youth, and he's trying to help other people in the youth get better, so that one day when they get older, they can come and join this team as well. So the truth is, if you had to re-audition, you honestly might not be good enough to make the audition, right? But you are almost grandfathered in because of your faithfulness. So that is honored, but we have work to do, okay? So this is also a time for you to make a decision on if maybe you're not able to commit. Maybe you have a full-time schedule where you work and you're like, I can only do so much, but I still want to serve in some way. We'll make that happen, but our goal is to help everybody progress so that everything is made easier and we can, again, focus more on Jesus on Sunday instead of our parts. All right, number 5. Okay, we are going to leave Mosley very soon. Go Dolphins, whoop whoop. We need to make sure that as we are leaving, we don't have a random last-minute breakdown of something and have to, pay. So Sunday, I threw away a coffee cup that had coffee in it. It was against the wall. I don't know who had it, but it was left there. And then there's also this. Okay, obviously I'm sure that's not intentional, but please, let's make sure when we're leaving, especially if you are leaving the service early, you're not leaving a bunch of mess for everyone else to clean up after you go. Let's not bring coffee on the backstage. Keep it in the green room. If you have any other drinks, be super careful to not, spill them or drop them. All right, number 6, at least through the month of July, as we get into this new building, there'll be a lot of information that needs to go out. So let's say nobody posts anything in the GroupMe at all, and I will make sure when I post something, it's valuable for everybody to learn. I'll also ask, just like we do with our staff GroupMe, when I post something, if you could like it just to show that you've gotten it, because I feel like I'm repeating things a bunch of times to different people, and we want to make sure if something's communicated, it's covered and everybody gets information, because it's going to be so easy to have something be missed or forgotten, and for someone to feel like they are missed or forgotten. And the goal is that people who have been giving their heart and their time and their effort into this church, investing in it, are getting back the value that they have invested, okay? So please, I'm asking, turn your notifications on. If I post something, like it. I promise I will not put anything in there that is not good for the good of the entire group. And at least through the month of July, we can make sure that as all the information is getting out, it's landing where it should land. All right, last one, number 7. Number 7, for the people at the beach, I know there's a lot of weird or unsure feelings about what it's going to be like. I was a campus worship leader before I came here, and the situation there was a little bit more tense. Actually, it was a lot more tense. And between campuses, it was really easy to feel like a redheaded stepchild. So as the PC worship guy, I want you to know that I'm sensitive to that transition and some of the insecurities that can come with what are things going to be like, and where do I fit, where do I belong. And one thing that could be encouraging is the realization that the beach will be going to 23rd, but Mosley will be going to 23rd. We're all making a move, so there will be a lot of adjustment for everybody. It's going to be new and different, but it's going to be exciting and good, because there are sacrifices that each people make. Casey and I get to church every morning at 6. John did that, and he lives on the beach, so if I woke up at 5, he woke up who knows how early and had to drive. Beach people are probably looking forward to not watching a screen. Everyone's giving up some sacrifices, thank God, and everyone's adjusting to make a new rhythm that's going to work. So you're not alone in that. Some things that everybody can do to help this go better is to go back and watch the worship philosophy video that I made a little while ago. I'll post it again at the end in case you're not sure what I'm talking about. I think that will cast a picture for how different this worship team will be from other churches. Or also, ask a lot of questions. Please continue to ask questions to anybody you can. If you're not sure about something, that will help us to remember things that maybe fall on the back burner, because there's a lot of new things coming up, and it's easy to forget things. So if you're not sure, please ask questions. And as you ask questions, pray for humility. I think that's something everybody should be praying for. God, give me the humility to put you before my desires in this new transition. It's going to take a lot of people having to put their best foot forward and wait for the return, which I think is a microcosm of how our relationship with God should be anyways. So use this as a real life experience into our relationship with God and how we treat others, how we are the hands and feet of Jesus, how our fruit of the Spirit look in our own life. And I know the staff will do our very best to make sure that you are getting everything you need to thrive, to help lead others into a deeper relationship with the Lord. Okay, lastly, this might sound a little bit funny, but if we could refrain from inviting others to the worship team, at least right now, as we are transitioning back to 23rd, I think that would be super wise. I think about any sports team, they're all all-stars, they're all professional, yet some teams don't work. And I think that's particularly because talent is not the only requirement to be a part of the success of a team. And I think a lot of times we find people who are talented, and they're like, oh, you sing? Oh, you should go join our worship team. It's like, okay, wait a minute. There's a personality that comes with that talent. And one, we want to honor the people who have been here and are investing and are committed to continuing to invest. we also want to be able to give people who join the team our best. It's possible to cheat both sides, both the team you already have and the people who want to join the team, all in the name of sometimes just talent or excitement. Once we get to a flow and a good rhythm, then of course, obviously, we want to continue to add people. I think it'd be fantastic to have multiple venues of all things arts doing things throughout the community, all through our church. But right now, I think there's a lot of expectations. We need to be intentional and wise on how we invest in the pot that we have in front of us. Does that make sense? Okay, I think that's it. There's a lot to look forward to. Again, I'll post the worship philosophy thing at the end. I pray you guys have a fantastic week. I thank you for your dedication and your commitment to this worship team and to the church. I look forward to being together, doing worship nights, dreaming up how we can make this team be as robust as possible. Bring your ideas and your hopes and your dreams, and let's do this thing for the Lord. All right? God bless. Peace.